What's going on, tribe? This is like the first time I've ever did this, that this is even an option for me. This is new. And to be candid, like, I'm nervous. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm nervous. And I was like, you know what? Cut it with this imposter syndrome, go live. Even if nobody is in there, go live. The universe will guide you along the way. So I just wanted to do like a quick message. This is how we're going to have to flow for right now. I think that this is a better option for me personally than to attempt to try to figure this out, edit, and do all the things. We just going live. One moment. Alexa, lower the volume, right? So you catching me in a legit moments in what I'm doing right now. Um, And so one of the messages that I was sitting with was spirit. First of all, welcome. Welcome, tribe. I love y'all. I'm known as Faye, your modern day philosopher, your spiritual guide, all of the things. At the end of the day, I'm you, you're me. We're on this journey together trying to figure this thing out. So, I've just been sitting with spirit, and if you've seen some of my other videos, I channel spirit and I come with the messages. I'm speaking to myself as I'm speaking to you. And nonetheless, as of maybe a few minutes ago, oh, that was a call. As of a few minutes ago, I just was talking to spirit, having my conversations with spirit, and what was kind of led to me is really finding joy in the moment, right? One of the things that I have collectively been working on in this season is my power, and I'm not speaking on a magical sense. I'm speaking on really harnessing your power and being the powerful being that you are, right? And taking a lot of that power back at 211 and not allowing people to siphon your energy and your power, but to respect it and also have boundaries in that. So lately, I've been feeling like a little overwhelmed. And one of the things or the conversation that I was having with spirit was like, listen, I get it. I get that you're overwhelmed, but always go back into your gratitude, to always know that even in your times of difficulty, it's important to be resilient because there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I feel like a lot of people, when they start going through those challenges, that's when you start hearing the ulterior or the fear starts kicking in, this essence of like, oh, snap, like, should I give up? Maybe I should stay still. Maybe I should just take a pause. You know, I'm not good enough or I'm not worthy enough. And then the fear starts kicking in because you feel overwhelmed or you feel like you're facing challenges. But the reality is that those challenges are necessary in order to get you to the next place, period, to get you to the next step. And we have to be okay with not knowing every step in order to get there. Like the saying is, Rome wasn't built in a day. And contrary to popular belief, even though I believe that the pyramids was built in one day, nonetheless, a logical mind would say that the pyramids weren't built in one day, right? You had to stack on each brick by each brick, whatever the material is that is utilized when creating that. And it's just to say that we have to really let go of control, because as you let go of control, you truly step into your power. The control that you are seeking and the control that you are looking to have comes from a place of fear. And that has been a repetition, whether that is in love, whether that's in a relationship, whether that's in a job, when I'm going to get the job, how is it going to happen? It have to look like this. It is fear because you lack comfortability walking in the unknown. And these are conversations that I had to have with myself. Like, God is always for you, period. Even when you are going through challenging moments, the universe is always working for you. And if you wanted to dive in a little bit deeper, taking a step back and looking at your life, through a different lens. It could be old programming to which you have manifested certain challenges to yourself. And that's okay. It's not the end of the world. You can say to yourself, I no longer subscribe to that version of myself. I'm now choosing to show up and step up like this. And that is also okay. But you have to understand, maybe to get to that next play or that next move, it's going to require you to learn certain things in order to equip you for that next season of your life. So, suffering, right, is also perception, in which how we choose to view suffering. And I'm telling you, this season, or maybe the season before that, but this chapter that I'm in has been one of the most challenging chapters of my life, but also the most uncovering, also the most discovering, also the most loving for myself, and realizing that nobody will be capable of giving me the love that I seek if I cannot first give that to myself. And how dare I expect somebody to give me something that does not exist in me? And how dare I expect somebody to give me something that does not exist in them? Because we attract what we are a reflection of. So you're requiring somebody to give you that love that you don't hold for yourself. Naturally, you're probably attracting somebody that is not emotionally available or even has that love for themselves, because we are all reflections, right? And so if you don't hold that for yourself and you say, I need that validation from you in order for me to be my best self, you got it wrong. You need that validation. Let me not say you got it wrong. That was incorrect. I would suggest that you take a second look at that. It's you having that love for yourself in order for you to create that boundary to say that I am so deserving of so much more than what I have been receiving, right? And so when you realize that, you step into the world differently. You hone in your power. And naturally, the way that frequency works, you will attract the reflection of what you are vibrating on back to yourself. So naturally, the people that you attract, the partners that you attract, the jobs that you attract, the experiences that you attract are reflections of you. That doesn't mean that you're going to have that one or two hiccup. Yeah. But how are you choosing to allow that to impact you from your day to day? You can give grace, you can give love, you can give compassion. That was one of the biggest lessons that I had to learn. I had this thing like, I'm this way, so you got to be this way. And that's just what it is. And it's just like, no, it don't work that way. I'm going through a journey. You're going through a journey. They're going through a journey. And who am I to say that they are entitled to operate their journey the way that I see fit? That's your ego. You have to give grace and compassion to say, hey, this person is navigating their journey. Who am I to tell them what lessons need to be learned in order for them to move quick enough? I give you love and compassion in that, because sometimes it takes the crackhead to become a crackhead in order to become the pastor. You have to go through those lessons and maybe hit rock bottom in order for you to find spirit, God, the divine, Allah, whatever that is to you, what so have you. So it's important that we give compassion to ourselves and we have compassion with other people. We become playful with life. And not everybody that you encounter is going to like it. And that's okay. You can still say, I love you. There's this, I believe it's Ho'oponopono is how it goes. It is where you are given energy to the extent of a saying, and you're forgiving the person and asking them to forgive you. I believe it goes something like, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And there's studies, or the man that kind of did the study with it, it was like he was healing people by not even meeting them, but just sitting in their energy and reciting those things. They were in a psychiatric or mental hospital. And like within years, 10 years down the line, most of the people he was looking at their charts, they were able to leave. And so that's also important because everybody is a soul having a human experience. Mother, father, teacher, brother, aunt, uncle, ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-husband, whoever it is. And that is the path that they're choosing. And unfortunately, you do not have the capability of controlling other people. And so, although this life thing can be a little overwhelming, you have the ability to change that perspective. You have the ability to change the lens of which you're choosing to look at life in, right? You have the ability to say, today I'm going to play. I'm going to play with my life. I'm going to see what I can attract to myself at 11:11. I can envision everything that I desire. I can visualize. I can play with it and see if I can show up and become the version, or be step into that timeline that has this thing that I desire. Because if you can think of it, it's already there at 11:33. It's already there. It already exists. It's just you stepping into that version of yourself. That's just how it works. That's the beauty and the infinity of the universe. You hear Abraham Hicks talk about stepping into the vortex. All of these things are real. It's even in the Bible when we talk about manifestation. Like I think sometimes in religion, we get too 3D and we miss the concept of what it is here to teach, which is to love, give compassion, and give grace. Love is the most powerful energy that you can extend. That's why they say kill a person with kindness. Like for real. And we just be missing the nuggets and missing the gems. You can establish your boundaries and you can say, hey, I love you, but I'm gonna love you from here. I ain't gonna love you all the way over here. I'm gonna love you from here. Because the way that you may be choosing to navigate your life is not how I choose to navigate mine, or the way that you're treating me is just unacceptable, to which I can no longer condone that. So there needs to be some boundaries that's established, but I still love you and I still give you grace in that. And I still say, hey, I'm gonna allow you and God to navigate that, right? Because there's nothing that I can do about it. It's either you're going to choose to show up to be your best version of yourself, as I choose to show up to be the best version of myself. So I wanted to give y'all that message, give you the message, sending you my love, sending you so much grace, sending you so much compassion. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, y'all. We building community. That's what we doing. We building a space of unconditional love. We not here to judge. We are all trying to figure this thing out. And it is not an easy thing to do. And it's not an easy thing to choose to transform. You have to be willing and you have to be resilient. You have to be resilient. I also have a Substack. I'm going to at some point put that later in the comments or in the description. Just if you want to get more intimate moments with me and my writings. I'm a mom of three. So for me, making this time is time. Like I'm making this time to be here and just share the energy with y'all. So if you want to get more intimate moments where I'm not visual and just on a day-to-day basis, definitely subscribe to my Substack. And until next time, don't forget to always align with your becoming. I love y'all. I love you. Faye.